Hello friends, I am going to present a topic about diseases of turmeric. Turmeric is an important spice crop. Turmeric is susceptible to various diseases, but there are three major fungal diseases which is responsible for the severe yield loss. First one is rhizome rot caused by Pythium epidermatum, leaf spot Colletotrichum capsicum, and then leaf blotch Taphina maculans. Then the minor diseases are dry rot Rhizoctonia bataticola, leaf spot Cercospora curcuma, and then bacterial wilt Ralstonia solanacearum. First one is rhizome rot. The pathogen produces symptoms both on the above ground and below ground parts. In below ground, a dark brown water-soaked lesion appears on the collar region of the pseudostem. Then this affected pseudostem becomes soft and watery condition and becomes rotten appearance. This symptom is called soft rot of rhizome. Then this rotting appearance may move towards upward and then downward and cause the disease infection. The rotting appearance may be seen either at the tip of the rhizome or at the collar region of the rhizome. The other symptoms are it causes poorly developed roots, and then rhizome formation will also less. In advanced stages, this rotten appearance will also emit a foul smell. In above ground parts, that is in the foliar region, initially marginal yellowing of leaves will occur. This yellowing starts from the lower leaves and then it gradually spreads to the upper portion of the leaves. Then this marginal chlorosis will convert it into necrosis, and all the leaves are starts to dry, resulting in the complete blighting of leaves. In this picture, we can see the infected plant in the field condition as well as the infected rhizomes. Pathogenic character. It is a soil-borne and a rhizome-borne pathogen. Pythium is a oomycetes aquatic fungus. It is survive in soil as oospores, which is a resting spore. The oospore may form germ tube directly to infect the plant, or they form sporangia. This sporangia produce zoospore, which is a motile form of spore and has the capacity to swim through the irrigation water. So the primary spread is caused by oospores through the infected plant debris, and the secondary spread is caused by zoospore through the irrigation water. The favorable conditions are high waterlogging condition and high soil moisture will allow this pathogen to survive easily. To control this disease, first we have to select healthy disease-free planting material, and then we have to provide good drainage facilities to avoid water stagnation. Then we can go for a crop rotation with non-host crops like cereal crops. In case of chemical method, rhizome dip treatment is must. For this, we have to keep the rhizomes in 0.3% copper oxychloride for 30 minutes and then used as a planting material. Otherwise, soil drenching with the copper fungicide is also effective to control this disease. Second one is leaf spot caused by Colletotrichum capsicum. It is the most destructive foliar disease. The disease incidence will be high during the high humid condition. Initially, the spots are elliptic or oblong in shape. The mature spot appears as grayish white center with a brown margin surrounded by a yellow halo. This is responsible for the production of toxin. Sometimes the spots may also coalesce with each other and then it occupies the major portion of the leaf. The individual spot may also enlarge up to 4 to 5 centimeter. In this picture, within the gray center, there are minute dark spots are found which represents the acervuli production. Then this affected portion becomes dry and gets papery condition, and finally it gets tear off. During the high humid condition, that is its favorable condition, there will be the high amount of toxin will be produced, so the severity of the symptom will also increased. It kills almost all the tissues of the plant. In this picture we can see the complete death of the plants. Pathogenic characters are Acervuli is a asexual fruiting body with a black setae, which is a sterile structure. In between the black setae, conidiophore is present. It is a short, single and hyaline in nature. From this conidiophore, conidia are produced, which is a fusiform and sickle-shaped conidia. So, primary infection is caused by infected rhizome and the secondary infection is caused by airborne conidia. To control this disease, we have to maintain the field sanitation, that is, we have to remove and destroy all the infected plants from the field. Otherwise, we can go for crop rotation with the non-host crops, but we have to avoid crop rotation with the chili, because the same pathogen Colletotrichum is responsible for the fruit rot of chili. There, it is transmitted through the seed-borne infection. So, if chili is grown in the nearby field or it is used in the crop rotation, the pathogen will perpetuate easily and it's easily build its inoculum. Then in case of chemical treatment, rhizome dip treatment is also recommended. Otherwise, spraying with mancozeb 0.2% or copper oxychloride twice at initial stage and at a 15 days interval will also effective to control this disease. The third one is leaf blotch caused by Taphrina maculans. Initially, a yellow color rectangular spot will be appear on both the upper and lower surface of the leaves, but there are numerous spots on the upper surface of the leaves. This yellow color spot is the infective stage. Then this yellow color spot will convert it into necrotic spot. These spots are arranged in a linear row along the veins. Sometimes the spots may coalesce with each other, and this brown color spot indicates the production of ascospores. Pathogenic character, it is a Ascomycetes fungi. It may be active during the high moist condition. It is an obligate parasite, which means it is produced by ascus and ascospores. Here, ascus is not a sexual fruiting body, it is a naked asci. In this picture, we can see this naked asci. In this ascus, 8 ascospores are present. This ascospore will come out, that is, it ruptures the epidermal layer and release the ascus and ascospores to cause the disease infection. It is mostly present below the epidermal layer, that is in palisade layer. In this palisade layer, a dome or rectangular numerous naked asci are produced. They are arranged in line one by one. The ascospores undergo a process called budding to produce a asexual spore called conidia. The main concept is a asexual spore producing from the sexual spore through a budding process, and this asexual spore, that is conidia, will germinate and penetrate through the cuticle and cause the disease infection. Here, asexual spore is another form of sexual spore. A sexual spore is haploid in nature with a single nucleus, and the asexual spore is also haploid in nature. So, these two spores germinate and fused to form a dikaryotic mycelium. This process is called hyphal anastomosis or mycelial fusion. That is, the mycelial layer of both the spores join together to form a dikaryotic mycelium. This causes the disease infection, that is yellow color. From this dikaryotic mycelium, ascogenous cells are produced. From this ascogenous cell, ascus are produced. From this ascus, ascospores will release and cause the disease infection. Then the dikaryotic mycelium undergo a process called fusion to produce a single diploid nucleus. So, this single diploid nucleus undergo meiosis process and produce 4 haploid cells. These 4 haploid cells undergo one mitotic process to produce 8 ascospores. Again, this cycle will continue, and this causes the disease infection. So, favorable conditions are rainy season and winter season is highly favorable for this pathogen. Mode of spread: primary infection is caused by infected plant debris, and the secondary infection is through airborne ascospores. To control this disease, field sanitation should be maintained, and spraying with copper fungicides or mancozeb 0.25% twice at initial stage and at 15 days interval is also effective to control this disease. Thank you.